Welcome back, Calibrate Tools family. Every now and then I come across a tool that makes our construction projects so much easier. Recently, I had the opportunity to partner with the creators of the XCalc Construction Calculator app. Now, in my opinion, it's by far the most well-designed graphically and functionally when it comes to construction math. The link's in the description. Give it a try. Now let's see how it works. If you're in the construction trade, you know the importance of construction math, from simple conversions like length, width, height, yards, feet, inches, figuring out things like rise and run, pitch slopes for stairs or roofs, not to mention rafter and hip and valley rafter calculations for those rooftops. The XCalc Construction Calculator app makes it so easy to perform these tasks and more, right on your phone, with no manual needed. Let's just say you need to figure out how many blocks you need to build a wall like these guys. Just open up your app to the calculator, and on the top, you'll see the common dimensional designations like length, width, height, etc. And in blue letters, you'll see blocks in the length box, footings in the width box, and drywall, and so on. So let's say you know the square footage of the wall that you want to build. Let's just say it's 40 square feet. Okay, so you type in 40, then you hit feet, hit it again to get square feet, and then you go to the convert button right here, this blue button here, and you hit that, and notice that blocks is on the bottom here. Then you hit blocks. You need 45 blocks. Let's just say you know the amount of blocks that you have, and you want to know the square feet. Well, let's just say it's 30 blocks that you have. Convert the blocks. Hit blocks. And it tells you the square feet that you will have with 30 blocks. Let's just say you know the length of the wall that you want to build, and you want to know how many blocks you need for that length. So let's just say the length is 15 feet. Hit feet, hit the convert button, then hit blocks. That's how many blocks you will need for that length. 11 1/4. And right here it shows you the standard size of a block, which is 16 by 8 inches. What if you need to calculate the footings or how much concrete you need to pour, like this long stretch of excavated dirt? Let's say this stretch of excavated dirt is about 1/4 mile long. That's about 1,320 feet. So we pull out our app and we're going to figure out how much concrete we need to pour. The first thing we're going to do is type in the length of the excavated dirt path. And we figured that was 1,320 feet, equal to 1/4 mile. So we type in 1,320 feet, hit feet, then we click the convert button, and that brings footing down to the bottom, and we click on footing. And it shows us that we need about 90 cubic yards of concrete to pour to fill that area. Now, if we want to do it another way, we can say, hey, a footing is about 264 square inches. That's about 1.833 square feet. So we can say 1.833 square feet. Remember, hit feet, hit it again, you get square feet, times 1,320 feet. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, now how do we convert that to yards? So we get 2,420 feet, right? Just about. So we convert that to cubic yards. We click the yards button. We get 89 to 90 cubic yards. So it's the same thing, guys. So how much concrete do you need to pour in these holes for these beams here? So let's say the diameter of these holes are about 3 feet. So in our app, we just enter 3 feet. And then we hit convert. That brings the footing down to the bottom, and we hit footing. That's how many cubic yards of concrete we need for those holes. We can also say 1.833 square feet which is the standard footing size in square feet, times 3 feet. Then we click on yards, and it gives us the same amount. When it comes to figuring out how many sheets of drywall you need to cover your framing, you can also calculate this on your app. Let's say the entire length of the base of this framing inside the building is 200 feet. Given the standard size of a sheet of drywall is 4 feet in length by 8 feet high, you simply enter 200 feet, hit convert. Drywall is now at the bottom. Click drywall. You need 50 sheets of drywall. Now, if you know the square footage of your area and you need to know how many sheets of drywall to cover it, you simply type in your square footage, let's say 500 square feet. Feet, hit it again to get square feet, and hit convert. Bring drywall down to the bottom, then click on it. You would need 15.6 sheets of drywall to cover that area. If you want to know how much square footage your drywall will give you, let's just say you have 100 sheets sitting there. Well, you just type in that amount, 100, hit convert, then go to drywall. That'll give you 3,200 square feet of drywall. You can do the same calculations for your plywood on the outside of your building. Standard sheet of plywood is about 4 feet by 8 feet, like drywall. But if you need to change the dimensions of your material, you can do that easily in this app. All you have to do is click on the settings icon. That's this gear wheel right on the right bottom corner of your app screen. And you click on that, and you can see the values that are in there already. Those are default values, but you can change them. You can change any of these values if you need to. Just click on it, delete it, and put whatever value you want in there. And when you do your calculations, everything will correspond to the default values that you set in the settings. And in the settings, you can even change the appearance of your screen. For instance, now it's in light mode. You can change it to dark mode, which is great because sometimes the light from the sun makes it hard to see the screen. You can even change the measurement settings. You have the option to change the default fractional resolution for inches. You can change it to 1/2, 1/16, 1/4, 1/64, and so on. You can change the block length. You can change the block height. You can change the drywall length, drywall height, etc. Let's change this back to 16. So what if you need to calculate the length of an arc, like the arcs you see underneath this bridge right here? Well, all you have to do is go to the arc icon right here on the bottom, click on that. Next, you enter the measurement of your chord length. Let's just say that's 4. Then you go up here where it says chord in the blue letters. That's the chord length. And you see the number 3 under there. You click that. Then you assign that value 4 to it. And there you have your arc length right there. So anytime you put a value in the chord length, you can assign any dimensional designation to it. So let's just say it's number 2. Then you put feet. Go to chord length, hit the 2. You have 2 feet in your chord length that you want to assign. So you click on that. And as you see, the arc length will give you 2 feet, 1 1/8 inches. Let's put the number 3. Inches. Go to chord length. You have 3 inches. Assign that to the chord length. And you have 3 3/8 inches as your arc length. So remember, you can use any designation in the imperial system, whether it's inches, feet, or yards, or even centimeters, meters, or meters in the metric system. But let me show you something, guys. Let's just say you click the number 6 and you want to assign that to your chord length. Then you go up to chord and you click the value that says 4 now. And then you want to assign 6 to your chord length. What does it tell you? That blue pop-up tells you that the chord length cannot exceed the diameter. So that number 6 was too much for this diameter here. So for this example, the maximum chord length that you can apply is 4, which gives you an arc length of 6.28. which is about 180 degrees. Remember, 4 was the diameter. We could not exceed that length when we typed in 5 or 6. The chord length, which is this line right here, had to be the diameter or less. The shorter the chord length, the smaller the degree, or the smaller or shorter the arc length. Remember, guys, the chord length is any line joining 2 points on the circumference of the circle. As we can see right here, the diameter is a chord length, and it's 4, okay? So anything higher than 4 wouldn't work, because 4 is the max distance, as we can see here on the circle. It's the diameter. Figuring out the pitch of a roof isn't hard to do either. Let's just say the base length or the rise of the roof is 15 feet. So we type in 15 feet, assign that, and we multiply that by the run of the roof. Let's just say that's 10 feet. So we hit multiply, 10 feet. We assign it, and we get a pitch of 0.667. That's 18 feet, 5/16 inches. And it's basically the same if you want to find out your rafter calculations. So you go to the rafter symbol, which is this, click on it, and the dimensions transfer over. You have a run of 15 feet and a rise of 10 feet. That gives you 18 feet, 5/16 inches for your rafter. It also gives you the degrees for your level cut and plumb cut angles. What about hip and valley rafter calculations? Well, you can go to the hip and valley rafter calculation symbol, click on it, and it gives you your rafter lengths, and it also gives you the pitches. And once again, you can change these values to find out what you need. So let's just say you want to change the pitch. You want the pitch to be 5, for instance. So you just click 5, hit the value under pitch, which says 1. Then you assign 5 to it. Now notice how just changing that pitch changes all your rafter lengths. You can also change your rafter spacing if you like as well. So you want your spacing to be 20 instead of 16. So you hit 20 inches and hit rafter spacing, assign the 20 inches, and once again, all the rafter lengths change. And you can also toggle between the different pitches in your hip and valley rafter just by clicking this symbol here. So it goes back and forth between pitch 5 and pitch 0.9. And you can also save any value that you enter in the memory. For example, if I enter 12 feet, I hit the M+ button to save it to memory, save to memory. And if I go to memory here, I can see that it's saved. And you can also hit the recall button and the memory button to recall that value. For example, if I clear this out, I hit recall, then I hit memory. There you go. And you have all these other conversion metrics, guys. You have tons, pounds, metric tons, kilograms, acres, inverses. For example, if you want to convert acres to feet, you can say 56 acres, for example. To feet. That's the square footage. Or if you got square footage, you can convert that to acres. For instance, 80,000 square feet. That's 1.84 acres. What's the inverse of 8? Hit the inverse button. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like I was actually on a construction site working out every measurement with the XCalc Construction Calculator app. Don't forget to try it today. Links in the description. See you next time.